guys, welcome back to another one. In today's video, you can probably already guess what I'm going to be doing just because my hair is blonde. That's right, you guessed it, we're going to dye my hair with XMONDO color and doing the rainbow again, but this time we're going to change it up a little bit. Let's just jump straight into the video. So before we start dyeing my hair, I just want to give you a quick hair journey as to how I got here. So after doing the baking soda method, I took a week off of doing any color removing and I just straight deep conditioned every day. When my hair was healthy again, I went back and did the vitamin C treatment 4 times. Then I went in with Joico color eraser. Okay guys, so this is what my hair looks like. Obviously, I tried to avoid my roots, but I didn't do a very good job there. It definitely faded it a lot, so that's great. But it took the rest of the colors out almost completely, so I'm pretty much blonde mostly. So don't do what I'm about to do, because I'm impatient. But obviously I just washed my hair out, but I want to bleach my roots now because tomorrow's my birthday and I refuse to have this blonde hair for that. So I just wanted to share my plan with you guys really quick as to what I'm doing for the bleach. So I've sectioned off the bottom part where I'm gonna just do the 2 colors that I want to do, and then I'm gonna do this part rainbow. So when I'm bleaching my roots, before I bleach all my roots, I'm actually gonna go back into the ends of this section, this top horseshoe section. When I finish those ends, then I'll go back and do the rest of my roots. That way I don't damage my hair completely. So I just realized this. I must have gotten bleach on my feet because that's definitely chemical burn. Don't look at my toes. And here we are. That's how I got to where I am today. I just did all that work to get this blonde, and guess what I'm gonna do? Put blue right back over it. That's why when I was bleaching it, I was only worried about this top section because I knew that's where the rainbow was gonna go, and I knew the blue was gonna go back over this. So I focused most of my bleach on the top. So as I said before, don't do what I did because that burned more than me on a summer day. I washed my hair and then I bleached my roots. Obviously I knew what that was gonna do, but I did it anyway because I'm impulsive. So here's my plan for the dye. I'm gonna do rainbow up here and do a blue-green on my roots on the sides and the neon green on my tips. The sides and the bottom are gonna be exactly like what I did on my husband. If you haven't seen that video, definitely go check that out. I'll leave that link up there. But yeah, the only difference that I'm gonna be doing is putting rainbow on the top. While I'm dyeing my hair, I bought this little game. It's a conversation starter game. That way I can talk to you guys and give you my opinions, and you can kind of learn about me as I do this, and you don't get bored watching me just do my hair. So I thought it'd be a good way for you guys to give me input about what you think as well in the comments below. So let's get into dyeing my hair. Boom. Got it all sectioned up. So let's get started. As always, I'm gonna do the sides and bottom first. That way I can lay the colored hair on top later on. Let's just speed through this and I will ask you a couple questions, give you my opinion. Got that mixed up, so we're ready to go. So I'm just gonna shuffle these cards. Gloves up, hair down, ready to go. I need less hair or bigger clips. So starting with the first layer, it only seems right to start with the first question. So, describe the first hour of your typical day. Well, I get up, sit up in bed, check my phone to see what time it is. Then, don't yell at me, I go out and smoke a cigarette. Then I come back in, check the litter boxes, check their food and water bowls, and by that time I'm about tired again, so I get some coffee, and yeah, that's about my first hour. Isn't that funny how it's the first layer, first question, and first hour on that question? Weird. I did not plan that. Pinch, 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 pinch. Pinch. Forgot to mention, every time I pull down a layer, before I touch that layer or pull it down, I wipe my gloves off on a towel. That way I'm not transferring onto the blonde and all that good stuff. Next layer, next question. Is the world loving, hostile, or indifferent? Don't we all know that answer? Unfortunately, it is hostile. And this question actually reminds me of the song by the Black Eyed Peas, Where Is the Love? That is one of my favorite songs, and to this day, it's still true, unfortunately. Next question. What was your favorite thing about school? What do you remember about it? The bell when it would tell me that school is out. No, maybe gym class. I really did like gym class. How often do you give compliments? How does it make you feel? Not often enough. It makes me feel great when I do it and make somebody smile, but you know, I don't get out much, and I have a lot of anxiety, so talking to people in general is hard for me. So I'm getting really freaking close to the rainbow section now, so I gotta be very careful not to get it on the blonde up here, because I just worked so hard to get the blue out. And I just already got a freaking spot right there. So I'm just taking my arm and holding these stray hairs up as best as I can. Very carefully. Going in with this beautiful color. Kind of reminds me of the Emerald City from Wizard of Oz.
Ha ha, ho ho ho, and a couple of tra-la-las. That's how we laugh the day away in the merry old land of Oz.
Careful. Careful. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's not gonna be, it's gonna be, most of the time I have my hair just laying back. So if it's not perfect, it's okay. And I'm not perfect. That's done. So here pretty much I'm just going in vertical parts this time instead of horizontal. That way if I missed any spots, I can get them. I really hate working with bleach, because at least with dye like this, you can take your time and really go back and make sure that you covered everything and not have to rush about how long it's gonna process and if it's gonna damage your hair. The longer this stays in, the better. Okay, now I'm gonna massage everything. Careful where the fuck you touch, Dana. God dang it. then for this next part, I'm gonna get a little lazy and just use my hands because it's so much easier to use my hands on my ends. The lime green I mixed up from when I did my husband's hair. Boom! So because the blonde's on top, instead of doing the bottom to top like I just did, now I'm gonna do it vertically. So I pull it forward like this. That way I'm not laying it on top of the blonde. What big task or project did it feel fantastic to complete? Well, I dropped out of high school my junior year, so going back and getting my GED was a big accomplishment for me, and I was very proud of that. So I'm just massaging this in here and taking my fingers and pinching this blue and green together really nicely. Ombre, 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 ombre. My hair is very, very dense. So, but what that means is there's a lot of it. A lot of people confuse dense and thick. Thick is the size of your hair strand, and density is how much hair you have all together. Do the twist, do the twist, ow, fuck. But there. Have you ever been a hero saving somebody from injury or death? Has anybody saved you? When I was very, very young, I was probably, I don't know, 6 years old. My sister was probably like 4. She got out to the pool and fell in. Yeah, I'd say that's probably the only eventful, heroic thing that I've done. As far as if somebody saved me, if you consider my husband saving me from a ledge, then yeah. But you can have $10 million today or 5 healthy years added onto your life. Which will you choose? I mean, isn't that an obvious question? I would choose the 5 extra years because life is so short as is, and take what you can get. Money comes and goes. Doesn't buy happiness. I was sectioning this small, but I'm too fucking impatient. I still got the rainbow to do, so we're just gonna take a ponytail and massage this together really quick because ain't nobody got time for that. Some people might, and I definitely do, but I don't have patience. Bam, look at that. 2 seconds, I'm almost done. I'm just gonna go in and rub it, make sure everything's saturated really nice. Yeah, look at that, wow. It's so bright. I'm so excited. I will leave an Instagram page with the picture that inspired me, so I'm gonna go for like a radioactive toxic look today. So yeah, how's it coming? I like it more than the rainbow because less people think I'm nice, and I'm not nice. I mean, I'm nice, I'm just not friendly. Xmondo, save my hair, please. This looks so freaking cool. I cannot wait. It's all saturated. I love the smell of Xmondo products so freaking much. They smell so good. If you have not tried, or if you have not smelled Xmondo for yourself, I highly suggest it. It is so good. And I need a new tube of Prismatic Glow. I'm completely out after bleaching my hair and doing all the baking soda and vitamin C and all the good stuff. I'm completely out of that prismatic glow because that thing is a lifesaver. It repairs your hair so much. So much. So I need to refill. Me personally, I wouldn't order the color extending shampoo again because I feel like I could get it cheaper for a bigger bottle, and it's just so runny that like you use a lot of it very quickly. So that's just my opinion. That's what I'm here for, is opinions. I'm gonna go take a sip of water really quick, and then I'll be right back to do this rainbow with you guys and answer some more questions. Alright, I'm back. Let's just pretend that I didn't take a 2-hour break. I originally went to get a drink, and then I got hungry, and then I looked at the time and realized I'm only gonna be 21 for another hour. So I had a couple drinks, and I'm back now. So let's get started on this friggin' rainbow and get done with this. So this is my setup for today. I'm not using regular blue and green, I'm using the lime green and the turquoise in the rainbow. So last time I totally did the technique wrong. So this time I'm gonna do it right, and I'm gonna do it over foils like you guys suggested in the comments. I actually prefer something other than foils. This is, I don't know, they're just like clear strips because I'm gonna be laying this in front of my face. So I wanted it to be clear, that way I can see what I'm doing. So I've already went ahead and pulled down a very thin layer. And I've got my clear strip filled with this. I want to start with neon green right here because I think it would match the bottom. Since you can see this, I figured you would want to see the neon green up top too, so whatever. So I'm just going to stick this underneath very carefully. Alright, now I've got my base. Remember to wipe off your gloves in between each section. As I've learned, it's smart to do the lightest color first, and then the lighter colors first, and then go back and do the darkest last. Also, not to do the top one till later. Do you remember lying to your parents? If so, how? I mean, didn't any teenager lie to their parents at one point about going one place and going to another place? Have you ever lived alone? Did you enjoy it? No, I have not lived alone, and no, I would not enjoy it because I cannot be alone with my thoughts. Are you more of an introvert or an extrovert? What are some examples? I'm definitely more of an introvert. I will do whatever I can to get out of plans. Would you rather spend time in the city or in nature? Why? Nature, obviously. Peace and quiet for one. 2, it's just so beautiful. 3, there's no people. Are you a minimalist or do you enjoy having lots of stuff? I would say I'm kind of an in-betweener because I don't like to have too much stuff, but at the same time I don't like to have too little. I like to make my house feel like a home. Do you believe in bad luck, jinxes, curses, etc.? Not necessarily jinxes and curses, but bad luck goes along with my religious beliefs, which is pretty much just the balance of the universe. If you have bad karma, it'll come back to you. That's just the way I believe life works, that everything just balances out. What kind of driver are you? Relaxed, anxious, irritable, cautious? I'd say I'm cautious until you piss me off. Then I get very irritable, and you don't want to be in my way. Guys, look at this. There's a cat under there. How do you best learn? Watching, hearing, doing, or reading? Personally, I like to watch first and then do hands-on. That is how I learn best. What do you think about intuition or following your gut? Do it. When have you been so excited or anxious for something that you couldn't sleep? Well, for example, if I have a very interesting video in mind, I get very restless and just want to work on a video instead of sleep. So because this next section is larger, I took 2 strands of the strips together, stapled those together, and I laid that on top. Now I'm going to put the dye back on the plastic like I did originally and start on the rest. During what activity does time seem to pass without you noticing? If I'm doing my nails, that can go on for hours and I won't even notice. Hi, Nala. You doing, Nana? Next one. How often are you away from your phone and other devices? How often? I'd say I check my phone maybe once an hour. But I'm not the type of person that just sits there on my phone all day. I've got to do something. I can't just sit around all day. Do you have any irrational fears? If so, do you know why? My irrational fear is that my husband will leave me, which I know is not true. That's why it's irrational. But it says, if so, do you know why? I want to go ahead and say because I've been cheated on and left so many times. How often do you remember your dreams? What sort of dreams do you have? I do not remember my dreams very often at all. I'd say it's probably about once every 3 months. What sort of dreams do you have? They're usually nightmares about realistic things in my life. What did you do when you were younger that you would never do now? Smoke. I would never start smoking cigarettes.
One eternity later.
I'm gonna stick another sheet over this, but this one's a full-size one. The other ones I cut about a quarter off. That way it wasn't ridiculously long and in my way. So I'm just sitting here in the bathroom waiting for this to process, and I look over and notice that I still have 2 of these plastics with the dye on it. So what do? Yup, I dyed my arm hair rainbow. So Chris is gonna be in for a surprise tomorrow. So I'm gonna let this process for 20 minutes and I'll come back tomorrow when I'm less dead, because this took literally about an hour for this and about 3 hours for this rainbow. So in total about 4 hours. And I'm just beat. So I will see you guys tomorrow or in 2 seconds with the final results. Are y'all ready? Are you really ready? You know what you can do to show me that you're ready? go down there and hit that like and subscribe button for me. Then maybe I'll show you just how ready you are. Alright, anyways, I would definitely appreciate it if you did go down there and like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and it definitely helps me out. Even if you're just one person, everything counts. So I went ahead and did my makeup to match what I think would match my hair. So, ready? For real this time? Okay, here we go. This turned out so much better than the last time. I definitely like this look a lot better than having all rainbow. This definitely is more me, for sure. It just suits my personality more. Lets people know that, hey, I am nice, but I am also toxic. I was inspired by this Instagram post right here. Definitely go check him out. He is a very talented guy. But yeah, guys, I am obsessed. I'm so happy with the way this came out. It didn't come out muddy at all. It just looks really dark because the blue and the purple are right next to each other. But yeah, I freaking love this. But yeah, tell me in the comments below if you like that game and if I should keep doing it, because I thought it was a very nice icebreaker to get to know me and give you guys a chance to interact as well. That's all for today's video, guys. I love it. Ignore it. We're just gonna pretend there's a blue lava lamp on this one. But I did the 70s theme to try and match my rainbow. If you want to see more of my nail looks, I will leave a link in the description below for my Instagram nail page as well as my personal nail page. So definitely go check those out. And thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep your heads up and have a good day. Thanks, guys.